Hello everybody, my name is Kaglo Webb and welcome back to another walkthrough for beginners in JavaScript. We are going over FreeCodeCamp's tutorials on basic JavaScript. Now, before I continue on, I want to let everyone know about an exciting opportunity that we have coming up. Me and my buddy created this YouTube channel, but also a company called Spicy Coding Academy, where we not only teach you how to do this, but we actually also make it extremely fun by making a community environment filled with trivia, games, challenges, interview prep, and more in our course. Now, if that's something you are looking for to learn, not as someone alone doing this, but together with other people, including the teachers, then you can look at the link below and there's an application to join our Spicy Coding Academy. Now, since there is only 2 of us, we are limited on how many people we can actively teach without it getting too much. So the sooner you apply, the better, and you can fill out this form and we will let you know if we have room. But anyways, back to basic JavaScript. We will be going to practice comparing different values all the way down to logical order and if-else statements. So all the way down to here. So if we go to practice comparing different values. So in the last 2 challenges, learned about the equality operator and the strict equality operator. Now we're going to do a quick little review. So if the values being compared are not of the same type, the equality operator will perform a type conversion. So if it's this one and they're not of the same type, it will do that for us. However, the strict equality operator, this one right here, will compare both the data type and value as is without converting one type to the other. So for the 2, it returns true, but for the 3, it returns false because this is a string and then this is a number and it does not convert when there's 3. So it says, in JavaScript, you can determine the type of a variable or a value with the type of operator. So when you pop this sucker into here and you say type of, and you want to say, hey, what is this? It will tell you what it is. The compare equality function in the editor compares 2 values using the equality operator. Modify the function so that it returns a string equal only when the values are strictly equal. So remember, this is the strict equality operator that we want to work with. So this is the function compare equality. We got 2 parameters, A and B. We have curly braces because we're saying, hey, inside of here, this is our function. We have an if statement comparing A and B, and it wants us to change this line. So right now, what do? We add one more. And now it becomes a strict equality operator. So now we'll run that test and boom, look at that. If we want to see what happened, we can go down here and it says compare equality 10 and string 10. So the number 10 and string 10. So the number 10 goes into A, the string 10 goes into B, and it says, okay, since it's strict, it isn't going to return equal because it's strict, because this is a string and this is a number. So it's going to hop out of there and it's going to return not equal. So compare equality string 20 and the number 20, and it should also hop out because one is a string, one is number, and return not equal. And it looks like we passed that with flying colors. So great job, pat yourself on the back. Now we're going to deal with the comparison with the inequality operator. So this one is a little fancy. It requires a little different syntax. And imagine someone angry. You can imagine like an angry little white blob that's saying, we are not equal. And whenever you see this, just imagine a little angry white blob that's saying, we are not equal, to help you remember that this is the inequality operator. It means not equal and returns false where equality would return true and vice versa. Like the equality operator, the inequality operator will convert data types of values while comparing. So this is essentially saying not equal. So if 1 and 2 are not equal, it will return true. So it tests for if it is not equal. So 1 not equal to the string 1. Not equal. Well, that's false because up here it talks about how it will convert data types. So if it only has one equal sign, that means it will convert the data types and say, okay, we're going to convert these so they're the same data types. I see that they are of the same shape. And it says, hey, it's false. These are equal because they converted it. 1 is not equal. The number 1 is not equal to 1, but instead of quotations, we got just 1. And it still converts it, so it is false. They are equal. And then 1 is not equal to true, and it says false. And then 0 is not equal to false, and it says false. So, isn't that interesting? Now, if you have any questions about that, consider that this is testing the not equal. So is 1 not equal to true? That's false. Is 0 not equal to false? It's false. So it's testing if it's not equal. Always remember, when it has this, it's not equal. Add the inequality operator not equal in the if statement so that the function will return the string not equal when val is not equivalent to 99. So I'll give you a second to think about this. Think about what we're working with. Try it out yourself if you can. If you want to open this up and do it yourself, try it out. Now, let's try it out. Not equivalent to 99. So we want to put in not equal because that's what we're working with. And then it says put in the 99. So we're going to put in 99. And so we're going to put in 10. Is 10 not equal to 99? Well, looks like it. So return not equal. Boom. Comparison with the strict inequality operator. The strict inequality operator not equal is the logical opposite of the strict equality operator. So it's just more strict. It does no conversion data types. So 3 is not equal to 3. That's false. They are equal. 3 is not equal to the string 3. The number 3 is not equal to the string 3. That is true because there is no conversion of the data types. 4 is not equal to 3, and that is true. They are different numbers. So it says add the strict inequality operator to the if statement so the function will return the string not equal when val is not strictly equal to 17. So I'll give you a second to figure this out. Either try writing it down or have FreeCodeCamp open and try it yourself. All right. So it says add the strict inequality. So we're going to add 2 equal signs. And then not equal, it says 17. And then boom. And if we want to double check and look at these tests, we're checking to see if 10 is not equal to 17. And it tries out different things. Test strict not equal 17 should return the string equal. It does. Test string strict not equal quotation 17 should return not equal because this is a string and 17 is a number. Test strict not equal 12 is a number, should return the string not equal. Sorry, right up here, not equal because 12 is not equal to 17. And then Bob, obviously not equal. All right, great job everybody. Comparison with the greater than operator. The greater than operator compares the values of 2 numbers. If the number to the left is greater than the number to the right, it returns true. Otherwise, it returns false. So 5 is greater than 3, true. 7 is greater than the string 3, true. 2 is greater than 3, false. 1, the string 1 is greater than the number 9, false. So this also converts data types. That's why this still works. So it says add the greater than operator to the indicated line so that the return statements make sense. So give you a second to look at this. function test greater than val. We're passing in the val argument into the function test greater than. It says if val, and it says change this line, return over 100. So if we're working with the greater operator, what are we going to do? Over 100. If val over 10, we're going to do greater than 10. And then if it's not these, return 10 or under. Let's check. Boom. Great job. Then this is the greater than or equal. So not only if it's possibly greater, but if it's equal, true. So this also converts data types. So 7 is greater than or equal to 3, true. Even though that's a string, it still converts the data type so that it can be compared. 2 is greater than or equal to 3, false. The string 7 is greater than or equal to 9. It converts the data type, and that is false. So now it says add the greater than or equal to operator to the indicated lines so that the return statements make sense. So go over here. Here's our function. We pass in the argument val, and it says val, if val, and it says change this line, and it wants us to use the greater than or equal operator. So if val is greater than or equal to 20, it's going to return 20 or over. If val is greater than or equal to 10, it's going to return 10 or over. It's going to return that string. Else, return less than 10. So if it's neither of these, it's just going to return less than 10. This is what it's going to pass into the function to check. And boom, look at that. So now as you can see, this is pretty self-explanatory. Add the less than operator to the indicated line so that the return statement makes sense. We have under 25, we have under 55, and then if none of those, return 55 or over. Boom. And then again, the less than or equal to, 4 is less than or equal to 5, true. And it still converts the data type, so the string 7 is less than or equal to 7, true. Add the less than or equal to operator to the indicated line so that the return statements make sense. So smaller than or equal to 12, since we're working with the less than or equal to, we're going to put that in, and it's telling us 12, we're going to put in 12, less than or equal to 24, and then else more than 24. You're a wizard, Harry. It is true. Comparisons with logical and operator. So this is where it gets fun. We get into the truth of things. Sometimes you'll need to test more than one thing at a time. The logical and operator, ampersand, ampersand, returns true if and only if the operands to the left and right of it are true. So they both have to be true. So if you have something like this where 2 is greater than, let's say, val is greater than 1, ampersand, ampersand, and val is equal to 5. It's not just one of them have to be true. Both of them have to be true for them to be able to hop into there and print out the return statement with the string. So if one of these is false, it's like, nope, not going in. They both have to be true. So both of these, whenever you see an ampersand, both have to be true in order for them to go in and return that string. So now it says, it just shortens code. Really, hypothetically, we looking at it, it's the same effect. It just shortens code, makes it look a lot more sweeter, a lot less of this mumbo jumbo. The more you can make your code concise, easy to read, other programmers are going to thank you. They're going to say, thank you, I appreciate you. So instead of if num is greater than 5 and if num is less than 10, return yes, else return no, we're going to say if num is greater than 5, ampersand, ampersand, num is less than 10, return yes. So both have to apply. Replace the two if statements with one statement using the ampersand, ampersand operator, which will return the string yes if val is less than or equal to 50 and greater than or equal to 25. Otherwise, will return the string no. All right. So I'll give you a little second to work through this. Consider, compare, do your thing. If val is less than or equal to 50, less than or equal to 50, and val and greater than or equal to 25. Greater than or equal to 25. Boom. Look at that. And if it's not, it pops out and it says return no. So, comparisons with the logical OR operator. So now it says logical OR operator returns true if either of the operands is true. So only one of them has to be true. Imagine 2 pixie sticks. You pick one, you're still eating well tonight. You're still getting your sugar fix. Just remember those pixie sticks, okay? Otherwise, it returns false. So if both of them are false, it returns false. If one of them is true, it's true. 2 pipes, 2 pixie sticks. So if number is greater than 10, return no. If number is less than 5, return no. Otherwise, return yes. We can put this together, and if number is greater than 10 or number is less than 5, it just has to be one of them, return no. If they're both not possible, not applicable, we do return yes. So combine the 2 if statements into one statement which returns the string outside if val is not between 10 and 20 inclusive. Otherwise, return the string inside. So we are going to get rid of one of these because it tells us to. And I want you to think about this for a hot minute or a hot 30 seconds, whatever works better. We know we have to use these pixie sticks or pipelines, whatever they want to call it, and it has to not be between 10 and 20. So that means we do not want it in between 10 and 20. So what does that mean? If we don't want it in between, we either want it less than 10 or greater than 20 inclusive. So if we go over here, we want it less than 10, or we got our pixie sticks, val is greater than 20. We're going to get rid of this because it's redundant, and if it is not, then we return inside. Boom. Look at that. Gotta love pixie sticks. All right, introducing else statements. When a condition for an if statement is true, the block of code following it is executed. What about when the condition is false? Normally nothing would happen. With an else statement, an alternate block of code can be executed. So we have if num is greater than 10, return bigger than 10. Else, return 10 or less. Combine the if statements into a single if else. So we're going to go over here. What do you think we're going to do? Well, it says combine the if statements, so we're going to get rid of one of them. And instead of having another if statement, which makes it redundant, we're going to make it beautiful. Boom. Look at that. So neat. Sandwiched in there. It looks so clean, so concise. All your programming buddies are going to be so happy. They're going to be so proud of you. Introducing else if statements. If you have multiple conditions, there's a pattern. It goes if, else. Just imagine if wants a buddy, it gets the else buddy, and it's like, hey buddy, let's go down the street. And then else is like, ooh, you're too clingy, get away from me, if. And then it just becomes if. So remember, if, desperate for a buddy, else is like, ooh, you're too clingy, just becomes else. We got the function test else if val. It says convert the logic to use else if. So we're going to go over here, super simple, boom, else if, and then super simple. What are we going to do? Boom, look at that. Put this in here, make it look pretty, and you can see where these brackets line up. This one goes up here, this one with this one, this one with this one, and this one with this one. It looks so beautiful. I want to marry it. Oh my goodness. All right, congratulatory. Logical order and if-else statements. All right, this will be our last one until we hop off and we do other things like make dinner. Order is important in if-else-if statements. The function is executed from top to bottom, so you will want to be careful of what statement comes first. Take these two functions as an example. So x is less than 1, less than 1. Else if x is less than 2, less than 2. Else greater than or equal to 2. And the second just switches the order, so x is less than 2, less than 2. Else if x is less than 1, less than 1. Else greater than or equal to 2. While these two functions look nearly identical, if we pass a number to both, we get different outputs. Foo 0, bar 0. When you put in foo 0, boom, it prints out less than 1. When you put it in bar 0, it prints less than 2. So order is extremely important. So change the order of logic in the function so that it will return the correct statements in all cases. So right here, we got if val is less than 5, else if val less than 10. Oh, would you look at that? It already fixed it. So this was originally up here, and this was originally down there. We just changed the logic, and looks like boom. All right, everybody, that is the end of our tutorials. If you enjoyed it, definitely smash that subscribe button, give us a like, and maybe even join us on the other side. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of the day. Peace out.